there, hey there, hey there. Oh, whoa, dude. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's basically Bowser stealing the Star Rod. Yeah, King Koopa turned them all into Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It's time to go to prison. Alright now, let's go. Let's go. Starring Koopa Bros Fortress. Yeah, I was mentioning storming the fort. Alright, time to storm the fortress of, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from Temu. Yeah. They're like the real Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but with fundamental differences. Alright, come and get me. Alright, we're up against a Koopa. We're up against a Koopa and a Troopa. Yeah, jump attack, go. Adversary purified. Alright, jump on him. Yeah, jump on them to keep them on their back. Alright, now let's jump on him. Pounce, pounce. And get pounced on. Another adversary successfully purified. Our first Koopa. Come and get me. Come and get me. Come and get me. Come and get me, you flying Koopas. I mean, you flying Goombas. Come and get me. Come and get me. It's Bowser. Browser. Yeah, God Browser, God Browser. Also known as Kirog, or the huge mighty king of guys who talk to posters. Kirog, the huge mighty king of guys who talk to posters, caused quite a bit of trouble, in this game. As he does. They kidnapped the princess yet again. They kidnapped the princess again. Kirog and his kidnapping of the princess. He does it every single day. I'm pretty sure he does it like every Tuesday. He does it every single Tuesday in the Mario universe. And then Mario, invites a guy that, constantly kidnaps her down to carts and, to play party games with everyone. Oh, freight char, I don't need that. Get out of here. Hey, Pass, what's up? Hey, Pass, what's up? Thank you for the head pats. Thank you for the head pats. Yo, a pow block. Alright, pow block, nice. Alright, I'm gonna throw away the gum nut. Oh, whoops. I did not first strike. Uh-oh, this might be trouble. Alright, now. We have to thin the herd. We have to reduce their offense. Hey, Vixor, it's a... No, I'm not Brat. Hey, Vixor, hey, Clock, hey, Sinister Clockman, hey, Pass, what's up? I got to see Paper Mario. Funny evil by moonlight, never run from a real fight. Alright now, let's bounce on him. Yeah, we gotta take advantage of Mario's, natural acrobatic skills. He can jump like an American basketball player, yeah. Let's see, like LeBron James, or Michael Jordan, or I don't know too many basketball players, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't watch basketball. Of course, Michael Jordan was, kind of around, quite a bit when I was a kid, yeah. I remember everybody was, like, super obsessed. I remember he was, like, everywhere, yeah. Uh-oh, we got a couple of problems here. Yeah, I don't think Mario is gonna be able to do much here. Yeah, he kinda can't jump on these guys. Ow, I took a point of damage, ow. I took, like, force damage. Ow. Ow, I took damage, no. That's not good. Alright, another adversary successfully pure. Alright, pounce on him. Alright, get him, Mario. Alright, get him, Mario, get in there. Yeah, pounce on him. Yeah, headball him in the face. I like Paper Mario art style shaped around the N64, or what's shaped around the N64 limitations. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I do like that about, about Paper Mario 1. Probably one of the better games on the N64, really. Probably one of the best, really. Probably one of the best games on the N64, if I'm gonna be honest. Alright, now you see a star piece, but we can't get it without Koops. Luckily, we're about to get Koops. Uh-oh. Oh no, whoops. Watch out for Koopas. Watch out for Koopas and Goombas and, you know, all those guys. Alright now, time to make the world burn. I don't want to set the world on fire. Take that, villain. Alright, it's... No. It's a brat... No, not bratty. I am not bratty. I am a bat, though. I am a bat. Oh no, I got distracted and, missed my jump opportunity. Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. Without a little distraction, chat. Yeah, you see, I got very distracted by chat, so I messed up the jump, yeah. That's okay. That's okay, though. Yeah, get the money. I need that money. I need that funny bunny. Oh, hey, I remember this. I hope they remake, this Paper Mario game one day since they remade Thousand Year Door. No, I'm not so sure if I want, modern, Nintendo to do it. Considering what they're doing with the Switch, too. Hey, Edelman, what's up? I am pretty sure I'm supposed to hit them in, like, a particular order. Oh, no, what? Oh, no. Hey, Edelman. Couldn't be here, Mario. Welcome to Koopa Village. I really wish I could welcome you here, but we're in big trouble. Can't you see what kind of madness is going on? This village is in an uproar because of the fuzzies. You don't know what fuzzies are, do you? Yeah, I remember what fuzzies are. No. Bunny is, bratty bottom. I am a sexy top. No, they're stealing the shells. No, the fuzzies are stealing the shells. Alright, there we go. I knew you had to hit him in like a proper order to get that sound effect badge. Alright, luckily the fuzzies themselves are not too hard to deal with. Although I'd rather not deal with them as much as I can. Bunny is... No. Bunny is, bratty bottom, brat is sexy top, yeah. That is the truth, yeah. That is what is actually the truth, yeah. Here, I'll get that shell for you. We need to help all these first citizens out with their problem, yeah. Since, these fuzzies are, causing a bit of a ruckus. Take that, villain. Alright, come and get me. Oh no, whoa. Since these fuzzies are causing a bit of a ruckus. Come back here. Gotcha. Yeah, take that. Get out of here. Yeah, how you like that? Get out of here. Sexy bat. Yeah, that is true. That's true. Endemati is very sexy. You guys are gonna love the new fan art once it, is finished. You guys are gonna love the new fan art once it's finished? Yeah, you guys are gonna really love it, yeah. Oh, nice, a Koopa Leaf. I mean, Koopa Leaf is not too bad. We can... eventually we're gonna unlock cooking. We're gonna unlock cooking after this chapter, so... Now we kinda need to sneak up nice and slow on that one. Alright, now, and then we get another Koopa shell back. Alright, now that house over there is having a little bit of problem. Oh yeah, that Koopa didn't get their shell stolen yet. Yeah, these fuzzies are up to no good, yeah. I'm gonna faint once the artist is done. You've already seen it, yeah. Yeah, you're gonna love it, yeah. You guys are gonna love Endemati dresses weed. Yeah, it's gonna look very revealing, yeah. I'm just gonna say that. Yeah, it's kind of a little spicy, yeah. Oh no, another fuzzy. Come back here, fuzzy. Come back here, fuzzy. You ain't gonna touch Alright, remember kids, don't do fuzzies. If you do fuzzies, you'll get dizzy. Yeah, and you know, friends don't let friends, you know, touch fuzzies. As I'm sure you're all aware. Friends don't let friends, you know, touch fuzzies and get dizzy. Who's there? I'm busy right now. Alright, now. What could it be? Aren't you Mario? Alright, now. Alright, now. You are, my name's Cooper. I'm super psyched to meet you. Alright, us meeting here has got to be fate or something. I need a huge favor. I hope you can help me out. The wild fuzzy took my shell, which next to my life is the most important thing I have. I can't go out without my shell, period. Way too embarrassing. The problem is the fuzzies are too fast for me to catch alone. So if you don't mind, get my shell back, yeah. There's a sure thing I'll get your shell back. Oh, I was gonna make that joke. Alright, now let's go get that fuzzy. Come back here, fuzzy. Milk. No, the fuzzy's trying to get away. Fuzzy's trying to get away. Alright, now. We must capture the villain at once. We must capture the villain and give them penicillin. Come back here, villain. Come back here, villain. Uh-oh. Alright, now we're gonna have to... Roke. Come and get it if you can. Yeah. Alright, I see where you are. Alright, I'm gonna get you. Now it's just a warm-up, huh? Alright, I saw you go over here. Alright, now. Alright, now. Right now it's time for serious business. There we go. Maroke, no, I give up, Uncle. Here, take this sleeper shell. You're a tough one. I won't be bad anymore, I promise. Maybe. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Mario, there you are. I realize I have to take a stand against these fuzzies. If I can't get my shell, I'll lose my reputation. I don't care if I have no shell on. I'm gonna give those fuzzies what's what. We already got the shell back. Yeah, we got the shell back. Shell, yeah. Alright, now, we're gonna shred the gnar, yeah. Alright, now, we got Koops back. Good to hear you're happy, yeah. Say, Mario, I have an idea. Do you happen to know Professor Colorado? Dun 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 dun. Yeah. Naturally, he's a professor of archaeology. He's also known as an explorer. He's sort of like Indiana Jones. You know, if Indiana Jones were, you know, a turtle in from Temu. Yeah, alright now. Oh yeah, we gotta take Koops with us. Yeah, we're gonna take Koops with us. We're gonna take Cooper with us. Alright now, whoops, I called them Koops, didn't I? Yeah, you must have thoughts in your door in the brain. Rogue. Uh-oh. I changed my mind, sucker. How about a fight? Uh-oh, fuzzies! No, fuzzies! Alright, fuzzies, prepare yourselves to be purified in the name of the moon. Alright, now, Fire Flower, go! Let the world and everything in it burn! Burn, burn, burn in a burning ring of fire. Burn, burn, burn! The ring of fire! The ring of fire! Maroke, now, we'll be good. Yeah, you should have chosen to be good instead of being evil. Being evil is like, bad. Being evil's bad, okay? Yeah, if Phone Swordsman were here, he'd be like, how did Mario get his information? At least he's a Goomba. At least with Goombella, she's a student, and I can see why she's so knowledgeable. I don't know. maybe he's read all the books. Alright, now we got ourselves an HP plus badge. I will equip that. Alright, I will keep Chill Out on. Chill Out is kind of an essential badge for, preventing enemies from first striking you. Which, will reduce the first strikes in the game to 0 on, 1 and, 1,000 your door. Yeah, the reason why there's always a guaranteed first strike and, 1,000 your door is because, the Goombas in Glitz Pit, yeah. They're always guaranteed the first strike, yeah. They're always guaranteed the first strike, yeah, so you kind of have to sort of just deal with it. Alright, I will grab... No, don't buy. Alright, I want to buy a mushroom. Alright, now I will put away one fire flower. I will take a mushroom. Alright, now I will put away... Alright, I kind of want to... Alright, how much FP does this restore? Alright, I will save one of my Koopa leaves, because I'm going to need it for later. There are side quests we have to do in the game, so... There are side quests that, you have to do that, involve items, and I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure Gimnut and, Koopa Leaf are, related to them. The reason I put away the Koopa Leaf is because I know there's honey syrup over here. Alright, how's my stats? Oh wait, I got like 5 extra HP, yeah. Yeah, I went ahead and, equipped it. Alright, now. Alright, now, the good thing about having Koops is that we can deal with certain enemies pretty easily. Koops is very good at dealing with certain more troublesome enemies. We are guaranteed, to take damage there, but, I could have used FP to, reduce that, but, I didn't want to waste it right now. Alright, now that gets us 2 XP, nice! At least the Koopas and, the Spike Goombas are dropping XP. Regular Goombas are not. Wait. Increase HP on level up is great for those who lack confidence. Yeah, that is true, yeah. I'm gonna have to say that's true, yeah. That's very, very true, yeah. Oh, whoa. Alright, it's better to jump on this guy, I think. Right now. Alright now. They are guaranteed damage, but I have a way to heal. So I'm not worried. Let's see if I remember how to block. Alright, now I'll just take out the Koopa. Yeah, your ultimate really right though, HP increases basically for lack of confidence, really. Ow. Whoops, I forgot to block. Yeah, I got distracted by chat and, forgot to block. Yeah, that's my excuse. You gotta have all those you gotta have all those excuses ready when you fail at video games, guys. And it's, the code. Starting with an HP boost when I played I started with an HP boost when I played this game. I'm so offended. Yeah. Yeah, you probably want to upgrade HP, kind of last, really. Yeah, but BP is gonna be, like, super essential for later. Right now, regular Goombas don't really give any experience. At least the regular Spike Goombas do. Alright, every now and again I'm gonna be switching between Koops and Goombario. Alright, now let's take out this enemy. Well, we only did like 1 damage. I got gypped. I got robbed. Yeah, there's that. I mean... Alright, now let's not get to... I'm distracting. That's okay, don't worry. It's okay, don't worry. I like you guys, so you guys can distract me as much as you want. Besides, it's not like I can't heal, right away, I got that, I got that one, spinning thing, back there. You know the one I'm talking about, yeah. So don't worry too much. Don't worry too much about it. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. Alright, I need to jump on these guys to reduce their offense, because obviously when they're on their back, they can't attack you. And obviously jumping on them also reduces their defense. But, you know, it's more important, yeah, but flipping them over, you know, reduces their offense too. That's kind of the best way I found, you know, to deal with Koopas. See, I swear I can be good at video games sometimes, yeah. Alright, these guys have like 4 HP. I know they do because I remember how much HP they have when I was playing the game. Right now, I think I'll go back a little bit. Alright, I don't need what's in that block. Alright, now I will now smack this enemy up. Alright, since Koops can't hit enemies that are up in the air, I will take care of the Spike Goomba, I will take care of the Flying Goomba, and then I will take care of the Spike Goomba. And then I will take care of the Spike Goomba with Kooper. Right, I keep calling him Koops, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I realize they're not the same character. I promise I will realize they're not the same character eventually. Alright, now let's shell him. Shell yeah! Oops, I think I might have bit off more than I can chew. For some reason they didn't lose their wings from that. Oops. Yeah, Koops can't kind of do anything there. Yeah, since he can't hit enemies in the air even when he's fully upgraded. You know, all his attacks are ground-based. So he's kind of at a disadvantage against flying enemies. However... Right now. Hey, Lightning Boomer, it's an indie! Yeah, and indeed is. Right now, I will thin the herd. I will thin the herd by, you know, getting rid of the Goomba. Now I'm just, you know, left clean. Now I just need to clean up. I am, you know, using jump attack to, you know, kind of practice it because, you know, last time I was playing this game, I was, like, really, really terrible at it because, you know, I kept missing the jump timing. In retrospect, it was very silly of me to, you know, miss the jump timing because, you know, because I just, you know, was kind of, you know, operating on memory muscle of, you know, playing Thousand Year Door, and then, you know, and I should have been, you know, kind of adjusting to this game, you know, it's a little bit different. The timing on the jump is a little bit different than Thousand Year Door. Gotta remember, this is an older game. Oh, right. Alright, this was my plan to heal. This thing here was my plan to heal. I swear there was one of these you could hit to get a horsetail. I think it might be in a different area, though. Alright, if I remember correctly. Alright, now let's jump on this guy. That way we start off, you know, kind of strong. I mean, I could take out the Spike Goomba with Power Shell, but why would I not want to take for... But, you know, I got like 15 HP, so, you know, if I guard it, won't do too much damage. Yeah, I decided, you know, spring... I knew I was gonna need that, you know, HP up. I won't be upgrading HP for a while. Right, do I want that Thunderbolt? Yeah, probably not. Probably not. I mean, maybe it'll be useful against, you know... I mean, maybe that Thunderbolt would be useful. Actually, maybe the Thunderbolt might be useful. At least it can help me out with, you know, the Bowser robot. It can help me out a bit against the Bowser robot. Yeah, the oh, whoops. Alright, I got too distracted by, you know, by myself, apparently. Whoops. Alright, I got distracted. Alright, now. Okay, my Henry distraction dance can't... Alright, Henry distraction dance? Oh yeah, funny enough, you know. Funny enough, I did get Henry... I do have the Henry Stickmin collection on the Steam Deck. And I was considering playing it. Yeah. I am considering playing it. Alright, now I will eat a shroom. Alright, I will eat a shroom just to keep, you know, just to keep that. Alright, we got a Paragoomba coming up. Alright, we got a Paragoomba coming up. Alright, I will alright now. Wait, there we go, that's how you switch. I'm sorry, I'm pretty used to, you know, I'm pretty used to 1,000-Year Door. And as you can see, we have a couple fly enemies. Luckily, that's why I switched to Gimbario, because I knew he would be a little bit better against these guys. And if we jump on those twice, they won't take any damage, but they will, you know, flip over on their back, which, you know, is kind of important, because that, you know, reduces their offense quite a bit. That means they're less of a threat. They're a little more threat, they can do a little bit, Koopas can do a little bit of damage if you're not careful, so you gotta kind of jump on them. And Gimbario is very good at doing that. So you are gonna see me, you know, switch around my partners every now and again once I get to a Koopa's Fortress. And I did, you know, just go back to, you know, grind that XP up a little bit. Yeah, alright. I probably won't level up once I get into the fortress itself proper, though. Okay, a fire flower. I don't actually need that, though. Alright, now. Alright, now let's see. What kind of enemies are we dealing with? No, that's not good. No, that's not good. Alright, now I will Power Shell. I will Power Shell to, you know, clear out the Spike Goombas. So they're not a threat. Gotta reduce the enemy threat level. Gotta keep the enemy threat level down. Gotta keep the enemy threat level down, yeah. Alright, I'm pretty sure there's a star piece inside that tree. Okay, there. Right now. Now we have some threats. We have quite a bit of threats. Alright, now I will make the world and everything in it burn. Alright, maybe I did want that fire flower back there. Alright, since that one's, you know, a little bit harder to dodge, I will, you know. Oh, they only do 1 damage, okay. I thought they did 2, like in 1,000-Year Door. Yeah, I gotta remember, Koopa's got a little bit of a buff in 1,000-Year Door, yeah. Barbecue Goombas. Yep, we need to barbecue those Goombas. Very important that we barbecue. Very important that we, you know, make those, you know, Goombas that are based on mushrooms, you know, nice and spicy. You see, mushrooms are much more edible when they're, you know, you see, mushrooms are much more edible when, you know, they're cooked, yeah. You don't eat mushrooms raw now. You have to cook them, yeah. So that's why I decided, you know, to make them all nice and crispy, yeah. Alright, now I know there's a heart block over here. That's kind of why I used FP earlier. Alright, now we're finally at the Koopa Fortress. We're finally at the Koopa Bros Fortress. Alright, we are gonna get trolled by the Koopa Bros, so... No, whoa, Mario, what the... No, we're in for a world of hurt. Mario's already here. I gotta tell the leader, Red Koopa! Yeah, these guys are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles if they were evil and, you know, also from Temu. They got the colors wrong. They're like the bootleg version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're like the bootleg version. They don't have the colors quite right. Alright, now I will deal with this guy. Alright, now. Alright, luckily bombs are nice and easy to deal with. Alright, I will change to Cooper. Alright, I will do nothing this turn to, kind of avoid the explosion. Whoops. Alright, yeah, I gotta be a little bit careful. I know these guys, have like 3 HP, but, once you attack them, they kind of, get angry. And that means they're gonna explode next turn. So that's not good. The black Koopa Bro is legally distinct. Yeah, so is the yellow one. So is the yellow and green one. Oh, wait, yeah, the yellow and green one are also legally distinct, but red being the leader is, kind of like if Raphael was the leader. They made the hot-headed one into the leader. Alright now we should be able to purify these guys, nice and simple. Alright now, I deliberately did nothing to kind of dodge the explosion since the explosion does more damage. Whoa, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm using my noodle in this game, yeah. I'm finding I have to use my noodle a little bit in this game. Nice, a heart. Oh, maybe I do want to run into you. Alright, what enemies do we got? Alright, I will use my hammer. Yeah, hammer can dodge the explosion, by the way. As well as obviously Shell Toss. Gumbario cannot dodge the explosion, though. Since he, his attack, its attack, counts as contact. Yeah, Shell Toss counts as projectile for some reason. Or maybe it's like he's attacking with a weapon. It kind of has the same property as hammer. Which means this game does have a check for that. Alright, Green Koopa is, putting that key right over there. So we need to go back and get that. Ah, let's see the great Mario get any further now. Yeah, by the way, I'm right here. Mario! You, don't try any, you'll still never find your way through this fortress. Looks like there might be some fighting here. How exciting, see ya. Oh, whoops. Alright, I will switch to Gumbario, since he's a little bit better at dealing with Koopas. Koopa shells are super sturdy? Yeah, they are. Alright, good thing we got the first strike, which makes this Koopa, a little bit easier to deal with. I'll switch to Koopa next turn. Oh, whoops. Alright, I did it a little too early. That was my fault. Man, I wish we had quick change. Alright, there we go. Yeah, Koopa shells are, like, super sturdy, yeah. They're kind of explosion-proof, apparently. Not jump-proof, but, they're. Alright now, Cooper. Yeah, there we go. Another adversary successfully pure. Oh, nice. We got back the health that we lost. Right now, we have an enemy over here. Oh, whoops. Right now, I want to jump on you. Good, Koops was the right choice for this fight. Alright, I'll just take care of this I'll just take care of the Koopa and then move on to the Bomb-Bombs. Alright, whatever we do, don't fudge this up. Don't fudge it up. Alright, now let's smack the Bomb-Bomb with a hammer. Alright, now we can take care of these guys nice and simple. Alright, another adversary purified. Alright, now, let's do it. Smack, action command, go. Yeah, good thing we got this spicy thing called action command. Yeah, there we go. Nice and blow him. Alright, now. When in doubt, blow him up. That's the Mythbusters way. Alright, since I saw that Koopa, go from here to there, we can get ourselves Power Bounce. We can get Power Bounce, which is kind of useful. Kind of will be a lot better once we get... Kind of will be a little bit better outside the fortress, though. There aren't too many enemies that, Power Bounce is good on in this dungeon, since, a lot of the enemies in this, have the high defense. Yes, they're calling in life literally going yes, they're calling in life literally going nuclear. Yeah. Yeah, that's just what bombs do. They go nuclear. You know, sort of like Karen when she doesn't get her way. Sure, like, you know, Karen from down the street when she doesn't get her way. Yeah, funny enough, the Karens in my neighborhood, you know, decide, you know, hey, I'm gonna open up a drug lab. That's what I'm gonna, you know, sell meth. That's what Karens in my neighborhood decided to do. That's what Karens in my neighborhood, you know, decided to do. In his fave Mario enemy, Bob-Ombs. Yeah, that is true. Anavan does like it. Does like the Bob-Ombs, yeah. He kind of likes anything that goes boom, really. He likes anything that goes boom, which seems like an event style. No, we got a lot of Bob-Ombs up ahead. Alright, now we have to be perfect on our dodge game. Alright, now block 1, block 2. Alright, nice. We just gotta remember the timing for that. And alright now. I mean, I would use Power Shell, but you know, that's gonna make him angry. And you know, making the Bombs angry is just gonna make my life a little bit more painful. So I'll just you know, deal with them the safe way. It's not like their physical attack is that hard to dodge. Yeah. Alright, now. And then we just hammer the last one. Alright, good thing I got that extra XP, you know, earlier, huh? Alright, now that gives us 4 XP to work with. Alright, nice. We're past halfway up the ladder. Oh, switch. Alright, we have a switch to deal with, huh? Oh, I can't go that way anyway. Oh well, might as well lower the stairs because I can't go anywhere anyway. Alright, from what I remember, there are some, you know, Koopa paratroopers up ahead. Yeah, paratroopers kind of reminds me of the war, basically. Alright, do I want to go that way? I think I want to go... Oh yeah, I need to switch to Gimbario. Because I know there's Koopa paratroopers in here, and they're, you know, very weak to, you know, getting jumped on. Alright, come and get me. Alright, couldn't jump on one. Alright, as long as we're on our jump game, we should have no trouble dealing with these guys. We just kind of have to, you know, lower their offense. We're just gonna have to make it where they, you know, can't attack, where they, you know, have no chance to attack me. Better safe than sorry, right? Alright, now. And then I just jump on you. Another enemy successfully pure. Alright, now let's purify the rest. Let's purify this Goomba. There are flying turtles in the lore? I mean, the video game world is in the lore, so, I mean, the video game world is in the lore, so, you know, that's part of the media dimension. And, you know, one of the enemies in that are turtle troopers, which are, you know, basically a reference to Koopas. Obviously, they're, kind of legally distinct Koopas, though. They're, the legally distinct kind of Koopas, though. They're more like dressed in army patterns, and, you know, they kind of have vastly different tactics, but, you know, ones with wings, you know, kind of are a thing, yeah. Alright, now. So, yeah, they are a thing in the lore, yeah. Yeah, they're part of Dark Shovel's forces, yeah. And Dark Shovel is basically an evil, greedy game CEO who was basically working with Mammon to basically overthrow Game World. Yeah. Yeah, he kind of, you know, yeah. It's kind of like if Jeff Bezos, you know, embraced the supervillain, right? Basically, yeah. Yeah, since I did kind of make, and since I was kind of inspired, you know, at the time of Dark Shovel's creation on, you know, greedy game CEOs and all that. Yeah, I was kind of upset, and I was kind of, you know, getting into, you know, Hyperdimension Neptunia. And I decided, you know, to make Game World a little bit based on it. And I did a pretty poor job, and then I repurposed Dark Shovel into, you know, more of a Jeff Bezos kind of like, you know, evil CEO, yeah. Thank you for the head pat, Cinnabon. I highly appreciate it. Alright, now I knew I needed Goombario for that. I had a feeling I would need Goombario for that. Oh, well, fire bars. Now, we do have some fire bars. Luckily, we can dodge all those. Wrong person. Alright, now we just need to dodge the fire bars. Yeah, I know you can destroy the fire bars, can't you? You have to jump. You kind of have to jump pixel. You kind of have to jump perfect now. So I'm gonna try to avoid them as. Right now, I'm pretty sure that just leads to the holding cells with the bombs. Yeah, I need to go this way to make progress. Need to, you know, go over here to make progress. Alright, and as you can see, Yellow Koopa is setting up. Yellow Koopa Bro is, you know, setting up a trap. Mario can't resist the allure of, you know, a question mark block. Well, looks like Mario's here. Alright, I better vamoose. Yeah, Koopa Bros are pretty hilarious, not gonna lie. Wait a minute, I think I remember there being something out here. Wait, alright. Alright, it was a start block. Alright, we got a star block. Alright, nice that they give you a safe point midway through. But I'm not gonna be needing that. Alright, yeah, part of the plan is to hit this block. We have to kind of fall for the obvious trap. Oh no, it's obviously a trap. Alright, good thing Mario's made of paper, otherwise that fall would be very bad for him. Bah, loser, serves you right, you fell for it. No, we fell for the obvious trap. Oh, what is that? Where did that fall from? Oh, I wonder what just fell. But aren't you Mario? I never in a million years saw you meet such a famous guy in a place like this. Oh, me? My name's Bombette, in case you haven't noticed I'm a Bomb-Mom. Alright, now we got a pink Bomb-Mom, just like Mario 64, yeah. What's that? Why am I locked up here? It's because of a Mimit. At least to those guys, those uncouth Koopa Bros. I was just one of the many Bomb-Moms working here. But those Koopa Bros, once Bowser took over, they started working us to the ground. I couldn't take it anymore, so I exploded right next to them. Yeah, that was a mistake. The Koopa Bros didn't like that, so they locked me in here. And then they locked up the rest of the bombs because they thought they might rise up. You know, Bomb-Mom Rebellion. What do you think about that? Oh, sorry, long story, I know. Anyway, Mario, we want to get out of here. Alright, now? Sure thing, yep, sure thing. Let's join up. Alright, now let's join up with Bombette. Yeah, you probably was like, that actually worked. No, given that this is a Mario game, I guess he was expecting that to work. What war crimes did you commit this time, Bombette? Bombette didn't commit any war crimes. She just kind of exploded on her bosses because they were, being, kind of oppressive to her. They're kind of engaging in a little bit of oppression, the Bomb-Moms. Alright, now, when in doubt, blow it up. That's the Mythbusters way. Alright, nice. Nice, alright, now we're gonna blow the coop. See that? You see what I bring to the party, Mario. Oh, what? Oh, an escape route. I guess I never thought about doing that before. I was so mad I just blew up all over in one place. That was a little silly. Well, anyway, we can get out of here now, right? And so can everyone else. Thank you, Mario. For now, I'm gonna tag along and help you out whenever I can. Just ask and I'll be right there for you. Alright, now we have a score to settle with the Koopa Bros. Welcome to the No, not Bratty. Bat show if you don't say Bat. No, I'm not a Bratty Bottom. No, you don't go to hell before you die. You go to hell before you die if you do drugs. Bo definitely the best partner in the game. Yeah, I agree with that. She's probably the strongest. 3 partners in a single chapter is a bit much. I think it's, okay. It is a. Uh-oh, bad guys. Bad guys. We got some villains on top of us. Alright, we have to deal with some villains. Alright, villains, prepare yourselves to be purified in the name of the moon. Fighting evil by moonlight, purifying evil by... Fighting evil by moonlight. Alright, now, Alright, now. I am here to purify evil by moonlight. I am here to purify evil by moonlight and win love by daylight. Alright, now. Alright, I'm gonna switch over to Cooper. Because Bombet's basic attack, does do contact. Basically, alright. If it wasn't Watts, Bud would be the best fighter. No. No. You don't go to hell before you die if you don't call me a brat or a bottom. You go to hell if you do drugs, yeah. If you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. Remember when Mario taught us about, doing drugs? If you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. Yeah, that was very weirdly religious of Mario. Yeah, Mario got very weirdly religious and, told us that. Don't you just love that, I'm not cute. That's, 100% fake news. That's 100% fake news and misinformation. I am 100% not cute. That's a bunch of lies and misinformation and, fake news spread by my, detractors, yeah. That's fake news spread by my detractors, dude. That's fake news spread by, my detractors. The end of my detractors. That's a bunch of fake news spread by end of my detractors, dude. No, it's not real news, it's fake news. It's 100% fake news. There's a bunch of lies and misinformation. There's a bunch of lies, misinformation, fake news. Fake news. Fake news. Fake news. That's a bunch of lies and misinformation. Don't believe the silly clock man. Since Bo pretty much the entire chapter pretty much devoted to herself and developed as a character. Yeah, that's pretty much true, yeah. It's like, yeah. My favorite thing about Bo is she's unapologetic about, being a boo and scaring people to death. That's kind of the best part of her, really. That's kind of the best part of her. Luminous Knight protagonist? No. Luminous Knight? No, it's not a protagonist. Luminous Knight propaganda, yeah. Yeah, that's obviously fake news by, Luminous Knight. Yeah, me being cute is, fake news by Luminous Knight. Yeah. It's, spread by her, it's spread by, the great evil talking head who's, on Luminous Knight's orders. You guys don't want to be into my detractors, do you? You guys are being detractors. You guys are being detractors. Alright, I'm gonna switch to Coops. He's, a little bit better at dealing with the Bob-Ombs than Mario is. What was the closest thing to a 1,000-year door partner? Yeah, that is true, yeah. I do wish that, Bombette, his first move it was bomb just like, Admiral Bombery, but, that's not what we got. Yeah, Admiral Bombery is just basically her, but better. Granted, Admiral Bombery does not have, Mega Bomb, but, that doesn't, he's still a little bit better than her. He's better than her solely because his regular attack, is Bomb. That's kind of the reason why he's so much better. and also Bombat skills are very expensive too. Yeah, if I'm gonna be, 100% honest. Alright, this is a puzzle we need Cooper for. Yeah, I can almost call them Coops again. Yeah, Coops is a very different character, yeah. I mean, Coops is, is also OP in his own way too, yeah. Yeah, his Shell Slam, pierces defense, which is, a little bit better than Fire Shell. And, Shell Shield is definitely a little bit better than, Dizzy Shell. In fact, I don't think I ever used Dizzy Shell, really. Dizzy Shell is just so niche, but, Dizzy is, slightly stronger. Bombery can clear a fog, but so he's based for that alone. Yeah, that is true, yeah. That is very true, yeah. Alright, what sort of enemies do we got? Alright, we got Koopos. Oh, whoops. Alright, we have Koopos. Alright, luckily I'm pretty sure these guys can only deal 1 damage. Luckily, we're still in the early game, so enemies only do, 1 damage. Alright, I'll just reduce their damage output. Might as well reduce the enemy damage output. Alright, come and get me, Bomb. Yeah, you can't beat me. Yeah, I'm unstoppable. Double kill, triple kill, unstoppable. Bombery's Bomb Squad skills actually does have 1 use and during the second phase of Shadow Queen fight. Yeah, that's true, yeah. Yeah, that is very true, yeah. That is very true, yeah. It even worked, No, wait. Funny how that doesn't your door and Pokemon share the fog mechanic? No, not the fog mechanic. Yeah, I did not enjoy the fog in either of those games. My favorite thing about the fog mechanic and, Pokemon Gen 5 is, when that particular section ends. Because, every trainer in that fog, has a move that, bypasses accuracy checks, and they love to use them while you're struggling to hit stuff. Yeah, so, that particular thing about Pokemon, and all those HMs was like, no. That's like, what were they thinking? No. Now is, a bunch of nonsense. If I'm gonna be, 100% honest. I'm like, nah. That's not hot. No. Yeah, and Thousand Year Door, the fog mechanic is like not good now. when I rolled up and I was fighting, Macho Grabba, I was like, oh no. Luckily, I think they made the fog mechanic a little bit better in the remake because it, can affect, one side of the battlefield over the other. And, it kind of affected my side, in Macho Grabba. So it kind of worked out in the end. Alright, are there any... Alright, we may be fighting some more Koopas. And especially when Grabba becomes dodgy on top of the fog, yeah. Yeah, that's really not good. It's like, what word? Yeah. That, makes it a lot more frustrating if I'm gonna be honest. Alright, now I will jump on you. Take that jump attack. Alright, good thing I switched to Gimbario. Alright, good thing I switched to Gimbario. Yeah, now I just take out the Koopas. Luckily the Koopa Bros themselves are, very easy to take care of. They should hardly be an inconvenience, really. Honestly, getting to them is a little bit harder to the actual fight, really. Especially with all the good items that you get that can help you. Alright, now that gives me a couple more XP points. Alright, now. Yeah, I will say that, Admiral Bombery being able to clear fog is, probably makes him the most based. Yeah, I do agree with that. I agree with that, yeah. No, you know, my favorite partner in Tossing Your Door was actually Vivian. Because Fiery Jinx was so strong. It's a little bit expensive, sort of like Power Bomb, but you know. It's super strong and hits basically everything, yeah. Of course, she is not ideal for basically every fight, though. Of course, Vivian's not, you know, ideal for every fight, though. You know, as one would expect. Alright, we have a Bomb right up there. Alright, now I'll do a jump attack to make them nice and I'll make them big mad. Alright, it's gonna basically take the same number of turns though. Alright, maybe the first strike didn't really give me that much of an advantage. Right now. Oh, whoops. Oh yeah, I want the shell toss. Yeah, it's like I do like this chapter because all the partners are very useful in it. Gumbel is a favorite partner, multi-bonk, yeah. Yeah, though I do think, you know, Gumbario is a little bit stronger than Gumbella, you know, in terms of offense, but, you know, Gumbella does have, you know, Rallywink, which, you know, makes her, you know, instantly way better. Rallywink just makes, you know, her just way better. Alright, now, we got a little bit of a problem up ahead, as you can probably see. Uh-oh, the Cooper Bros are, you know, unleashing a surprise attack. Well, Mario. I bet I wouldn't have let you make it this far. Don't get smug, pal. You just caught us off guard. Trust me, we'll mop the floor with you once we get serious. We're as cool as they come. You guys look like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from Temu. You guys are not strong. You guys are not, you know, cool. You guys are not cool. You look like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from Temu. You guys look like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from Temu.com. You know, I think... Oh, these guys don't give any XP, do they? Well, these guys don't give any XP. And they do like 2 damage. Alright, I was kind of expecting them to actually give XP. Alright, now. Alright, we're gonna need to dodge these guys. Alright, we're gonna need to dodge. Luckily, I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried about them because, I'm not, like, super worried about these guys or anything. But, you know, taking 1 damage to the face is, you know, not ideal. There's an item block back there, yeah, but I have full items, and I don't need what's inside of that. Yeah, I know there's an item block over there, I just, you know, decided not to get it. Yeah, I deliberately went out of my way not to get it. Alright, wait for the cannons to, you know, blow. Wait for the cannons to blow so I can first strike them with the bomb. Yeah, I decided to first strike them with a little bit of bomb action. Alright, that'll take care of one of them right off the bat. Alright, that'll take care of one of them right off the bat. Alright, these cannons have a lot of defense, so... Alright, I need a mash A. Yeah, we pretty much need Bombette for this. Alright, luckily, Now, we need Bombette to take care of these guys. Alright, mash A. There we go. And I'll blow them up. I'm authorized and deputized to blow them clean away. Alright, I will grab the money. Grab the money! I need that money. I need that funny bunny. Alright, now. Everyone is a better button masher than me. To be fair, you know, most emulators run a little bit faster than, you know, native N64. Kaboom! I agree, yeah. Kablooey! Kaboom! Explosion! You guys ready? Hey, Black, what are you doing? Hurry up, man. Shake a leg. Alright, here they come. Not my shell, get off. Wait a minute. Whoa. Oh, for the love of, what are you doing, Yellow? That doesn't look cool at all. Okay, hang on, I'm ready, Red. Alright, finally. Let's do this. Remember to look cool, guys. You're villains, you're not cool. Trust me, villainry is not cool. Actually, to a lot of people, villainry is, very cool, but, I behold the strongest, the coolest, behold the glory of the great evil King Bowser. It's time for me to beat these foolish ideals out of you, saving Prince Peach. Watch this and weep. I don't think I'll be weeping too much against your fake robot, dude. Alright, time to drop a Thunderbolt. Eat this. Yeah, I saved the Thunderbolt for this fight alone. Alright, now mashy. Yeah, take that. Get wrecked, poop like Bowser. Ow. I took 1 damage, but that's okay. I has to poop like Bowser, yeah. Alright, now I'll change over to Koops. I have a plan for changing over to Koops. Don't worry, this is gonna go exact. Oh no, the costume was perfect. Bowser loved it. All right, Bowser. All right, now we got an ad about to start. All right, now it's time for the Koopa Bros. Time for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from Temu. Here come the Koopa Bros. All right, here they come. All right, watch out. They're gonna do their special attack. Okay, Mario, have a taste of this. The Koopa Bros special attack, super spinning attack. Oh yeah, they do like 4 damage. So we gotta take these guys down. Yeah, we need to take these guys down. Luckily, if we do more than... Alright, they're about to fall up. Whoa, we're going over. Alright, now these guys are gonna be, these guys are, cooked. Alright, these guys are gonna be super cooked. Alright, let's get out our Pow Block. Yeah, Pow Block. Eat this, Pow Block. Yeah, 2 damage. Alright, there we go. Yeah, they're struggling to get up. Alright, now let's finish them up with a Fire Flower. Alright, now time to make the world and everything in it burn. Now I got this Fire Flower just for this fight. Now that's why, saved up. That's why I saved those up. Alright, nice. We level up. And I believe I will take more FP. Yeah, take that. Whoa! Take that, Koopa Bros. Adversary is purified. What? They got a picture of Peach in there. Why do you have that? Hello? Somebody let us out of here? Wait, they... I guess the bombs, decided to patch up the hole real quick. Alright, now we got an ad break going on. I can't believe it takes your turn for them to get up. Yeah, I kind of, use the Pow Block to, kind of extend it. Yeah, I used the Pow Block to extend it, so... Nah, that's why, it took 2 turns. Alright, now let's wait for, the ad to be over. Sorry about that. Alright, now. Yes, a Pico Peach given by the king who talks to posters. Yeah. Yeah, I use a Pow Block. That's why they kind of, took 2 turns to get up, because, I extended, their, duration, because it kind of counts as a jump. And now I have the first Star Spirit. And not a moment too soon. End of chapter. And so Mario and his friends beat the Koopa Bros in their fortress and rescue the first Star Spirit. Still, 6 Star Spirits remain in prison, and they must be quick to save them all as quickly as they can. The future of the Mushroom Kingdom, Star Haven, and of course Princess Peach lies in the hands of Mario and his new friends. Their adventure has just begun. Alright, let's save and continue. Alright, now it's meanwhile in Bowser's castle. Yeah, by the way, Peach, have you seen the giant double dongers on my castle? I don't care about that. I only want Bowser's, I only want, Mario's double dongers. I wonder what Mario's doing right now. I wonder if he's hurt. I'm so worried about him. Yeah, don't worry, he took out... Alright now. He'll be alright, Princess. Why, Betty, saving some Star Spirits right now. Ah, yes, you're right, Twink. I must be strong. I need to concentrate on finding a way out of here. But there are tons of guards just beyond your door. And it's impossible for you to escape through the window. I mean, we are, up in space. I mean, you could probably survive the fall. I mean, just float on your dress, Just like just float on your dress, yeah. And Minister are telling me there's a secret passage out of this room. Twink, help me look for it. Cool, great idea. Alright now. Look, there's something behind the drawing. Alright now, there's a secret switch. Yeah, good thing Bowser never discovers a secret passage. By the way, bot, get bans. I'm allergic to iron as well as bullshit. Thank you, Siri bot, for keeping the bad bots out. Yeah, Siri bot is a good bot. Yeah. It takes an Iron Man to beat an Iron Man. Oh wait, there's Bowser. Oh yeah, we're supposed to read Bowser's, Hey, look at this. It looks like somebody left a private diary lying around. So we read? No, good bot. Oh yeah, we're doing. Oh, you like doing this sort of thing, don't you? Tisk tisk. Okay, then, very quietly. Let's see. Alright, now, Sonny. Today I went to Starhaven and stole the star ride. Now I'm invincible. Cool. I also captured those 7 star spirits so they won't annoy me anymore. It was a hard day's work and I'm feeling pretty bushed. Dinner was nice, but a bit bland. I feel like I know who the person who wrote this is. Should we read more? Yes. Okay, let's continue. Alright, now, Cloudy and then Sunny. Today was a great day. It was a great day. I used my castle to lift Princess Peach's castle way up into the sky. Then I barged into Princess Peach's castle and beat up Mario. Yeah, unbelievable. I know, so fun. Yeah, Bowser, enjoying his villainy a little bit. And there's more. After that, I kidnapped Princess Peach. I couldn't be happier, Diary. I hope she likes me. I don't think that's gonna happen, Bowser. Let's see. Exclamation points. Princess Peach, this is Bowser's diary. Ugh. What will we do? Shall we read a little bit more? Yeah. Alright, now, son. Well, the Koopa Bros got beaten up by Mario, Diary. He even set free the stupid star spirit I kept there. Ugh, that Mario. The cursed time I fastened your door. I don't think that's the same one. I'm so mad I can barely write. Oh, I'm Mario. I'm so big and strong and good and helpful. I hate him, but I'm not worried. There's no way Mario can save the star spirit being held in Dry runes. To do that, he'd have to solve the mystery of the sands and then find the Dry runes in the Dry desert. How would he even know to go to the desert anyway? So I'm not worried at all. In fact, I'm so calm, I'm gonna go to bed now. Right. Oh no, exclamation points. Dry runes in the middle of the Dry desert. One of the revered star spirits is being held there. Twink, do you think you can find Mario and tell him that? Yes, of course, Princess Peach. I'll find Mario right away. Uh-oh. Oh, question marks. Oh no, it's the huge mighty king of guys who talk to posters! Oh no! Oh no, I can't believe I left my secret diary lying out! That would be so embarrassing if someone read that thing! Now, Princess Peach, did you read my diary? Oh, wait, what's Princess Peach doing here? You little sneak, you read my diary! Yeah, that's true, I read your diary. There, King Bowser, is there a problem? You're the worst guards ever. Take Princess Peach back to her room immediately. Yes, sir, straight away. Forgive us, sir. No, put me down. No, she's being stolen by the Coop Patrol. Yeah, somehow Bowser doesn't notice the star spirit. Doesn't notice the little baby star spirit right there. Poor Peach. Poor Peach, she's in her punished Peach arc. Again, she likes it. Mario, I believe you'll save us all. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate all you've done. Thank you. Since you freed me from my prison, the seal of my power is broken, and I will recover it little by little. As long as I have an ounce of power, as long as an ounce of power remains in me, I shall help you. Alright, now. Mario can now use his Star Spirit's power in battle. Alright, now it requires Star Energy. Would you like to listen while I tell you how to use Star Spirits and Star Energy? No? I suggest that you listen. It's very important. Do you want to listen? No. Alright, if you say so. Yeah, I know what it does. Mario, listen carefully. We must save the other Star Spirits quickly. If the 7 of us come together, we'll be able to bestow upon you a star power called the Star Beam. The Star Beam is the only thing that can counteract the Star Rod that Bowser wields. Alright, I had a feeling we needed a MacGuffin, so defeat the MacGuffin. You know, Bowser could go back and, you know, try and capture his Lone Star Spirit again, but, you know, he's not going to do that. You know, because he's Bowser. Yeah, Bowser is a little bit of a dense cabbage, if I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to lie, Bowser sometimes is a very, very, you know, is a very dense cabbage. If I'm going to be, you know, very perfectly honest. I mean, we saw how he fell for the disguises and, you know, brothership. He very obviously believed it. She has a kink for being kidnapped. She's interested in Bowser, but fakes that she's not. Yeah, that sounds like our Peach. Yeah, that sounds like Peach. That sounds like Peach. That does in fact sound like Princess Peach. Peaches, 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 peaches. Hold on for just a minute. Alright, we got the FB Plus badge. Alright, now. Oh, whoops. I'll take off that. I'll put on the FB Plus. Right, I'll put on FB Plus. Oh, wait, I should... No, Power Jump is actually pretty good. Alright, now let's get out of here. Alright, we have to deal with some enemies along the way, so I'm gonna, you know, deal with them real quick. Alright, now, do the Koopas even give me... Do Koopas even give me an AXP anymore? Alright, now I might as well jump on all of them. Alright, I'll just clear out the Spike Goombas so they're not, you know, doing damage. She's playing hard to get. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, right, Spike Goombas are not giving me any... Oh, whoops. You know, I did it a little too early. Excuse me. Alright, thank you for the head pats, I appreciate it. Alright, Koopa's not giving me any experience. Alright, not getting any experience from the enemies. Alright, not getting any experience from the enemies, so that's gonna be a little bit rough. That's a bit rough. I might as well just dodge around the enemies then. Well, if the enemies aren't giving me any experience, I might as well just dodge around them. I might as well dodge them as best I can so I don't fight them. Alright, now I know there's a fight with Junior Troopa coming up. Alright, I could have sworn, you know, I was supposed to, you know, bonk one of these to get a horsetail. Wait, is a horsetail even a thing in this game? I don't know. Alright, whoa, watch out for Sleepy Sheep, I don't need to pick that up. Alright, I'll just dodge around the enemies. Since they're not giving me any XP anyway, I might as well. Right now, I'll get out Bombette. I get out Bombette because she's kind of the best at, you know, dealing damage to him. She's kind of the best damage dealer I have. Hold it right there, Mario. I've been waiting for you. Here comes Junior Troopa again. I told you I'd be back, and now I'll get my revenge. Here it comes, baby. Check it out. Hey, Junior Troopa, you okay? Yeah, Mario doesn't even help him out of the water. Mario, I'm talking to you. I promise this fight will be very different from before. Who's this kid? Let me get this straight. He wants to challenge you? You've got to be kidding. Shut it! You, Mario, of course you remember me. No? What? Darn it! You don't remember me! Listen, you big lug. My name is Junior Troopa. Remember it and tremble. After this beating, you'll definitely remember it. Not the brat again. Yeah, here's a little brat. Here's a little brat. Yeah, Junior Troopa is kind of a little brat. Alright, let's teach this little brat a lesson. Yeah, take that, 3 damage. Yeah, true. Who knew Mario had such battle skill? It's not over yet, though. Alright, now. Alright, now, let's bash. Blow him up. When in doubt, blow it up. Alright, come and get me, Junior Troopa. Ouch. Oh, well, that's fine. Alright, now, power jump, go! Alright, now. Let's blow it. When in doubt, blow it up. Yeah, take that. Alright, come and get me. Oh, whoops. Alright, now. Alright, now that will take care of him. Alright, that takes care of him. Now I need to go back. Alright, now. Rat has been successfully given correction. Rat has successfully been given... Mario! Alright, here comes Twink. Mario, it's me, Twink. Remember me? Yes, I remember you. I heard you saved the Honorable Star Spirit. It was captured by the Koopa Bros. Hi, honey. No, Bowser and Sking are so angry about it. I knew you could do it, Mario. You're on your way right now. Thank you for the headbutts, Cinnabon. But the celebration is enough. I'm prepared with important information for you. It seems that one of the Star Spirits is being held captive somewhere in Tri Desert. Bowser wrote about it in his diary. It's some place called Tri Ruins. The prince has braved the dangerous castle to get this a clue for you. If I find anything else for you, I'll come back and tell you. I have to go to Her Highness' house. She's so brave. I hope this news helps. No, thank you. Alright now, the vulnerable. Alright now, I would like to take a nap. You know, I did kind of get really beaten up by Junior Troopa. That's okay though. We're in tip-top shape now. We're in tip-top shape now. We can, we can go on a big adventure now. Oh wait, the bad shop is open. Alright, now I remember Twink is so precious. That is true, yeah. Alright, first and foremost, by defense down pounds, I'm gonna be needing that. I will definitely be needing that badge. And I will get Speedy Spin. I will definitely be needing Speedy Spin. Might as well buy multi-bounce too. Buy as many of the badges as we can. Speedy Spin is, is a very good badge. Alright, now, I remember there's wait, what? Was I tripping or did I, forget, I swear there was a star piece around here somewhere. I swear there was a tree with a star piece. Well, not that one either. Alright, I guess I was tripping. Oh wait, maybe it's this one. Alright, let me check the tree real quick. Obviously, alright now. Alright. I mean, if I were to toss near your door, that would definitely lead to it. Alright, down to the docks. What I remember is there's an item block up here. I remember there's a block right here. Money. Grab the money. Grab that. I need that money. I need that funny bunny. Wait. Chuck Quizmo. Chuck Quizmo. Quiz. Check out Chuck Quiz. Chuck Quizmo is my name, and quizzes are my game. You want quizzes? I got them. If you can manage to answer my brain-busting questions correctly, then... Yeah. Ooh, I'll give you a star piece. Wait, want to try my quiz? Yeah. Are you gonna go to sleep, Andy? Oh. Question. What's the name of Goombario's younger sister? Goombaria. Nice, we got it correct. Oh, excuse me. Nice star piece. Yeah, we have like 64 questions with Chuck Quiz. We have 64 questions with Chuck Quizmo to answer, so that's gonna take quite a while. Right now. Oh wait, I might. Alright, now Chuck Quizmo. Yeah, he has like 64 questions to ask, and you get a star piece for each one of them. It's kind of a major. Alright, here's Trace T. Here's Trace T. We need her. Alright, we need her. We need to cook food to, upgrade it. We need to cook food to upgrade it a little bit. Alright, let's cook this. Let's cook a mushroom so again, Let's cook some mushrooms up real quick. Alright, time to cook up some mushrooms. You know, make some shroom fry. Alright, so make some fried shrooms. Yeah, I myself really like mushrooms, but you know. You guys, seem to be like mushroom haters, yeah. At least Cinnabon seems like he's a mushroom hater. Yeah, I don't understand why. You know, it's true that, the cheap mushrooms are not very good. Cheap mushrooms that you get from cans are not very good, but, any really good mushrooms are, really excellent. I love mushrooms, actually. Oh, you do? Wait, who was it that disliked mushrooms again? Wait, was it past? I don't remember. Oh, you love mushrooms? Okay. Alright, now. Oh, I definitely remember somebody disliking mushrooms. Sorry, I guess I got it wrong. Carp hates mushrooms, yeah. Right, murder carp, yeah. Alright, now. Alright, now, and then we made... Alright, now we made a super soda. And now we can take our... Now we can take our fire flower and make a... I'll just take a fire flower and, make a little bit of a better thing out of it. I'll take a fire flower and, make a better thing. Alright, now. Alright, now. I might as well buy... Alright, now. Going back to town to buy I will probably use some of the items in town. Just to help me out with my offense. Alright, I will buy a couple super mushrooms. What the hell, I'll buy a Thunder Rage. What the hell, I'll buy a Thunder Rage as well. Thunder Rage is, very strong. And, deals like 5 damage. Whoop, that's not what I want. What I want is to switch over... Is to switch a partner out. Too bad, party members can't use items. I think that'd make fights a little bit easier. Alright, the sewer is actually Alright, this sewer is not easy by any means, so we need to be careful. Alright, this sewer is not an easy place to be. We need to be in our A game here. We need to be in our A game here. Alright, we need to definitely be in our A game here. Blooper. Now, of course, we got a blooper fight to worry about. Alright, now I will use Thunder Rage on you. I will use Thunder Rage to shock you. Alright, how much HP does this guy have? Oh, whoopsie, he's got like 3 damage too. He deals a lot of damage too. Yeah, the enemies down here, hit real hard. Right now, I dodged that. Alright, enemies down here hit real hard, so we gotta be careful. Alright, now. Alright, I'm sure this guy had, like... Oh, whoops. Alright, I'm kind of blackened by that. Alright, I'm pretty sure he has, like, 30 HP. Oh, whoops. Alright, I'm kind of, I'm kind of a little in danger. I use a refresh. Alright, might as well use my star power up. Might as well use a little bit of star power. Might as well use star power to save on items. Alright, he's hitting real hard, so I gotta be real careful. Alright, there we go, we got him. There we go, another adversary purified. Alright, that guy was, was pretty tough. Alright, that guy was pretty tough, not gonna lie. Anyway, I will heal up real quick. Alright, Shrink Stomp is very good. Alright, Shrink Stomp is, has a very good badge. Alright, I remember these guys being super hard-hitting, so we need to be careful. Alright, I remember these guys, having lots of not really high stats. I remember these guys hit real hard, so we have to be careful. Luckily, they give a bit of XP. Alright, if I had a damage dodge, it'd be a little bit easier. Alright, I'll just weaken them. Good thing we have power jump. Good thing we have power jump. I remember these guys can be real difficult if you're not careful. Alright, we gotta be careful about that block. It has a spike one in it. Alright, Super Mushroom. Alright, I will get out bomb bats. Alright, now let's whack the front line. Alright, we gotta be careful. These guys hit real hard. Alright, let's be careful. These guys hit really hard. Alright, that'll take care of one of them. Oh wow, I hit super hard. Yeah, we gotta be careful. These guys hit, real hard. Luckily, Max Bomb is, very good against them. Kind of expensive to deal with them now. But, we dealt with them. Alright, we beat him, that's good. Alright, we cleared it. Alright, now the sewer is, we're gonna be able to do more in the sewer once we, unlock, better hammers and, once we unlock better hammers and, and better boots. Which won't be for a while. Alright, I should, go back. I will definitely... Alright. Right, I was supposed to talk to these guys. Oh, well, hello there. My name is Bobo. I come from Flowerfield, a wonderful land of flowers. I love to spread wondrous flowers all over the land. Yeah, we need to get 4 magical seeds. That's kind of important for later. So we kind of need to find those guys. We do need to find those guys, so we need to be, kind of careful about that. Oh wait, I think there was a damage dodge in the shop, wasn't there? Wait, there was a damage dodge in the shop, right? Magical seed. Annabelle being a naughty bunny. Annabelle being a naughty bunny. Naughty bunny. Oh wait, first attack. I will take first attack. Wait, I believe that first damage dodge badge is, in the desert. Is in the desert, isn't it? Right, I could really use that. Alright, so... I'm going to save, and I'm gonna go grind in the sewer a little bit. I'm gonna grind a little bit in the sewer. For, the next chapter. So I might as well, stop here and go look for somebody to raid. No need to start the next chapter right away. Alright, now let's see who's on real quick. Alright, let's go raid Zarzak again, yeah. Alright, now raid Zarzak. Sorry about that. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you had plenty of fun. Remember to fly like bat and shine like the moon. For weird stuff dreams are made of. Alright, now, Moon Bat Raid. Alright, now. Goodbye. Goodbye.